Even though we're focusing on the midfield, this video is useful for any position. We'll cover things that every player needs to master, whether you're a defender, winger, or striker. So, midfield is by far the most difficult position. You're always involved in the play, and you always have to be ready to receive the ball in risky situations. You've got players pressing you from all angles, no time to breathe, and every mistake can be costly. As a midfielder, you have 3 great responsibilities: decision making, finding and creating open spaces, and your defensive duties. You're constantly scanning, figuring out the next move, even before the ball reaches you. You've got to be aware of every detail, where your teammates are, how the opponent's shaping up, and when to make that crucial pass or run. You are the engine of the team. If you're not switched on, everything falls apart. It's a position that demands more than just quick feet. It's about anticipation, timing, and staying a step ahead of everyone else on the field. Watch till the end, because everything we cover here is fundamental to becoming that midfielder and a complete player. Let's dive in. The first thing every midfielder should focus on is scanning the field and being aware of the space where you are. 360-degree awareness is a must. You'll always be surrounded by players. The scan has to be done when you're sure nobody will pass you the ball while doing it. You quickly look behind, take a mental screenshot of where every player is positioned, and return your focus. Once you've got that, you need to be ready for the more challenging part, scanning after you've recognized that a teammate has sent you a pass. This is where it gets tricky, because you have to detach your gaze from the ball, even if just for a second. You'll need to do a quick glance to critically assess the positioning of the opposing team, figure out if anyone's pressing you, and identify the next pass or move you're going to make. This isn't something you'll necessarily drill during individual technical training, but it's something you have to apply consistently during training matches, real matches, and even futsal. However, there's a way to improve your spatial awareness and memory outside of game situations through meditation. Meditation helps you focus intensely on the field, and it can increase your chances of hitting that flow state when everything clicks. I recommend starting with short, simple sessions, just 5 to 20 minutes every morning. Over time, you can gradually build up. The goal is to sit in a quiet place, calm both your mind and body, and focus on feeling everything without reacting to it. You'll notice how often your mind tries to distract you with thoughts. But when you do, don't stress. Just calmly bring your attention back to the meditation. This ability to refocus will translate directly onto the field, making your scanning and awareness more natural and automatic. The second thing that's essential for any midfielder is a good first touch. In fact, it's crucial for anyone who wants to overcome traffic and make intelligent passes under pressure. Your first touch determines everything: how well you'll keep possession, how quickly you can execute the next move, and whether or not you can break through the defense. A bad touch can ruin an entire play, while a great one can set up a game-changing moment. Now, if you want to have a great first touch, one key tip is to keep your ankle loose when controlling a fast or pinged cross. The softness allows you to cushion the ball, keeping it close to your body. On the other hand, if the ball is coming at you quickly, especially from behind, you'll need to keep your ankle a little stronger to handle the pace. It's about adjusting based on the ball's speed and angle. There are some great exercises to improve this, starting with a classic: kicking the ball as hard as you can against a wall and controlling the ricochet. Vary the height and speed so you get used to different situations. Another variation is kicking the ball at the wall, running toward it, and controlling it on the move. And add one-touch turnarounds where you control and spin immediately. It's all about building that natural instinct. Another great exercise you can do at home starts by getting yourself a mini ball about 6 inches in diameter and dribbling it around the house barefoot. It's not only a fun way to keep your touch sharp, but after you've mastered controlling a smaller ball, regular sized ones will feel like balloons. It improves your touch in subtle but powerful ways. And of course, juggling the ball. If you've ever read about Messi's early days, you know he was obsessed with juggling. He wasn't spending hours on cone drills. Instead, he was mastering ball control through constant juggling. It's the most powerful exercise for touch. If you add juggling with wall passes, you'll see massive improvement. Here's a routine to get started. Begin with 50 wall passes, controlling each rebound with a normal touch. Then do your variations, 50 times each, with different styles of control Next, do both feet juggle for 20 minutes. Afterward, switch to 10 minutes juggling with the inside of your foot and 10 with the outside. Finish with 20 minutes of wall juggling. If you can, do this routine every single day, and I promise you'll notice improvement within a week. Stick with it consistently, and you'll not only improve, you'll master your first touch. The third thing that every midfielder needs is a good passing range and one-touch pass accuracy. You have to be able to hit the ball cleanly in all kinds of situations, whether it's a short, quick pass under pressure or a long driven ball to switch play. But how do you get there? The best way to improve your passing accuracy and control is simple. Just kick the ball against the wall and receive it. The key though is to do it as one-timers. You want to work on hitting the ball first touch, controlling both the power and direction with a single touch. It's basic, but it's extremely effective. To make things even more challenging, use a small ball, something like a tennis ball, and aim for a specific point on the wall. Then try chipping the tennis ball over two objects placed in front of you, forcing yourself to be precise with every chip and pass. With time, the skills you develop through this type of solo training will pay off when you step onto the real field with a full-sized ball. If you've got a partner to train with, even better. Work on long-range passes. Experiment with different styles: inside foot, outside foot, a curling pass, or even a trivela. You can also try volleys to add variety. Here's the thing, those technical basics, you have to grind them out yourself. It's hours and hours of solo work. You need to get to the point where you can bounce the ball, pass, or chip without even thinking about it. Your feet should know what to do before your brain even registers it. The fourth thing every midfielder should focus on is stamina and endurance. Midfielders cover more ground than any other position on the field, constantly transitioning between defense and attack, always moving into space and supporting play. It's a position that demands top-tier fitness. Without stamina, your technical skills won't matter by the second half because you'll be too tired to execute them effectively. High-intensity interval training is key for mimicking match situations. You're never jogging for long periods during a game. You're constantly switching between sprints, jogs, and short bursts of acceleration. Your training should reflect this. For example, sprint for 30 seconds, then jog for a minute and repeat this cycle for about 10 to 12 rounds. Try doing these sprints in different directions, forward, backward, and side to side to better simulate the game's demands. Do this 1 to 3 times per week. We can also add plyometrics. They involve exercises like box jumps, squat jumps, lateral bounds, and tuck jumps, which all work to improve your explosiveness and reaction time. These movements train your muscles to contract quickly and powerfully, which is exactly what you need when you're making a burst of acceleration, changing direction, or jumping for a header. Now, when it comes to timing your plyometric training, it's important to note that these exercises can be intense on your muscles, so they should be done before your technical training or match. Some people argue that plyometric exercises don't put as much strain on the muscles compared to heavy lifting, but don't let that fool you. Even though plyos aren't as demanding in terms of load, they're intense on your nervous system and joints, so you still shouldn't risk overtraining. Pushing too hard, too often without recovery can easily lead to injuries like muscle strains or joint issues. Before concluding, I invite you to check the description to download my free ebook, Flow State Protocol, a guide to unlocking and understanding flow state. Comment below on the position you're playing and tell me which video you want me to make next. Last but not least, you can also join my Discord group with more than 1,000 members who are passionate about football. Hit the protocol and take action.